passengers and welcome to Cape Town. For your own safety, please remain seated with the seatbelts fastened until the aircraft comes to complete stop and the captain has done the seatbelt sign.
Hello and welcome back to another Top Gear video. This one's particularly special because we've just landed in Cape Town and I've got my beautiful wife with me and we're here to do the Cape 1000 and we are driving something incredibly special and we're picking it up tomorrow. I'm not going to tell you what it is because it's a bit of a secret as it is now, but we're very keen to get going. But yeah, we'll catch up tomorrow. Over the next 4 days, Sarah and I will join a group of motoring enthusiasts for the ultimate joyride. 1,000 miles of pure driving pleasure on some of the best roads in the country. There'll be twisty mountain passes, long drags that stretch into the horizon, and hopefully not a single pothole along the way. Welcome to the 2023 Cape 1000. We have finally arrived at the V&A and we have just registered. We've got our tags and we've got our stickers.
It's official.
And we have been introduced to our car now. And I must say, I'm glad I fit in it because I'm not the smallest lad in the world.
I thought I was going to be driving at one stage.
Yeah, she's not going to have a problem, but it's going to be a cozy ride for us. But yeah, we're about to introduce you to our car now. Welcome to our home for the next week. It's the MGA Roadster 1500. 1500 basically just is the CCs. It's the size of the motor. It's a 1.5 litre naturally aspirated engine paired to a rear wheel drivetrain. And no safety features at all. It's got no ABS, no airbags, no seat belts. It's got no power steering, so my arms are going to look twice the size after we're done here. But it's exciting. I mean, I'm really looking forward to it. I heard that there is a roof in the boot just in case. Hopefully we're not going to need that because I can't imagine that we will stay dry if it starts raining. But who knows? In 1,600 K's time, we could look back on this as being one of the best weeks of our life. But it's going to be a painful one if the 500 meters to this spot has anything to stand for.
Let's hope we stay dry.
True.
We are on our way to dinner. Very excited. Really looking forward to what the next week's gonna hold. Yeah, here we go.
So we have just finished supper. We ate at
Savruga.
Incredible food.
Very, very nice food.
And yeah, everyone is super keen to get going tomorrow. And I must say, I'm getting excited, but the nerves are also climbing in. It's just because, you know, it's the first time doing this kind of thing. But yeah, we are really excited. I think we're looking forward to... What are you looking forward to?
I'm not looking forward to being the first in the pack.
Yes,
to lead
I
the
don't know.
race.
I think it was Ross, which is fair.
Yeah.
But we're leading the pack tomorrow,
Yeah.
so that doesn't help.
Could be fun.
Yeah.
Looking forward to the scenery and meeting new people and good food, good vibes.
Yeah, and we've checked the weather forecast. It's raining the whole day tomorrow. So, yeah, we'll keep you guys in touch. But for now, good night.
Good night.
We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning. Good morning on the noise because it is tipping down outside. And we are not super thrilled about the fact that our car practically doesn't have a roof. It does, but I've been told it's not very good. So we're at the moment praying that the weather will die down a little bit. But until then, we've got about an hour and a half until the racing starts. A little longer, maybe 2 hours. Yeah, about an hour and a half till the racing starts. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. But yeah, we'll stay in touch.
The first day sees us depart the V&A waterfront and head along the picturesque Atlantic seaboard towards Cape Point. Our convoy will make its way over the iconic Chapman's Peak before wrapping around False Bay. The race organizers have arranged for the incredible Clarence Drive to be close to the public so we can have it all to ourselves. And from there, we'll head through Caledon, Stanford, and on to our ending point for the day, Hermanus. We're hoping for smooth roads, a purring engine, and clear skies. Let's go.
We have arrived at our first stop point, and
We're currently under an umbrella in our car.
yeah, already it's been crazy. I mean, a truck spilling diesel on the roads. So at 20 k's an hour, all the classics are getting sideways in the corners. The brakes don't work at all. So
is
everyone's
freezing.
taking it very cautious. It's very cold. As you can see, we're in our car with the umbrella up because we don't have a roof. Well, we've got a roof, but we haven't figured out how to put it up yet.
And everyone thinks this is really funny, but
job.
we are not having a good time.
I'm enjoying it so far.
Well,
I mean, we have only been driving for 10 minutes. So the rain meant we unfortunately had to give Chapman's Peak and Scarborough Hills a miss, which was a bit of a bummer, but soon enough the skies cleared and we got to enjoy the rest of the glorious day in sunshine.
Clarence Drive really lived up to the hype, and we tried our best to take it all in, despite our car giving us a few issues already.
Windscreen wipers don't work, the indicators don't work, so we've been sticking our hands out the window. The rev counter is probably the only thing that works, but the
fuel
mileage
gauge doesn't work.
Fuel gauge doesn't work. The speed gauge though, it just bounces like this constantly. So yeah, we've got a little app on our phone which is telling us the speed, but other than that, I'm just keeping up with the guys in front.
there's the fuel gauge, just a quick representation of how bad it is. It literally bounces around.
Yeah, well, that's really cool. I mean, we've got an Ultima up ahead of us, which is just we've got an Alfa Romeo, which sounds phenomenal, and we're just plodding along at this point, trying to find somewhere to stop. My legs so good.
Really looking forward to a cup of coffee. Hot coffee.
Thankfully, we made it to the finish line in Hermanus in one piece.
So, day one of the Cape 1000 has officially wrapped up, and it was an interesting one. We had a little bit of everything today, I think we can say. It started off very wet, very oily. Truck decided to spill diesel all over the road, and some of the classics were struggling, including ourselves. But before we give you a proper breakdown on the cars, which we'll be doing tomorrow morning, yeah, we just wanted to kind of give you an idea of what it was like. And I must say, I'm super chuffed. I had so much fun.
Yeah, it was definitely a good day. I think navigating went well.
Definitely.
We didn't take any wrong turns. We're here. That's a good sign. And yeah, we managed to stay relatively dry for the rest of the day. So I think that's a win.
Oh yeah, and look, we were stressing about this whole navigation thing because our road book is about so thick. And yeah, Sara smashed it. The car was surprisingly fun to drive. I must say I enjoyed it in there. But yeah, we're about to head to a cocktail evening, hence why we are dressed in not what you typically see us in, but we'll see you down there. apologize for the video quality, but
It's salty air.
it is the salty air. But yeah, the cocktail party's wrapping up now. As you can hear, there's stunning music behind us from, what was his name?
Arno Costins, I think.
Arno Costins, yeah.
Arno Costins.
Apparently he's quite
Stunning,
popular.
stunning,
I'm not
stunning.
too familiar with him. But just check this area that we're at.
Woo!
It is just spectacular. I mean, how
Doesn't get better.
doesn't get better.
Doesn't get
It does
better.
not get better. I mean, like, look at the waves right there. And then you can sit right here and have a nice little bit. I mean, oh, geez, Ross and the guys really knocked it out of the
Outdid
park.
themselves. It's going to be a good night. So
Absolutely. But yeah,
Yeah.
we're going to go find some supper now. And we shall catch you in the morning. Good night. Welcome to day 2 of the Cape 1000 rally. Today we'll be leaving Harmanus and heading to Franschhoek, which I'm very excited to see being a fellow golfer. But there's a few cars we want to show just before we get off. Firstly, the Lamborghini Aventador SVJ. Super special car. But there's one which might top it as a fan favorite, which is to my left and has just started up now, the Bugatti Veyron. There is just a massive collection of special cars here. And we're gonna have to go and get started because as you can hear, they're all getting started now, but we'll see you on the road.
Day 2 was set to be a long one. From Hermanus, we head southeast towards Cape Agulhas, before making our way back inland, passing through Swellendam, Garcia's Pass, O'Tuin, Robertson Pass, and on to our rest stop for today, the Franschhoek Hotel in George.
Guys, what a day it has been. It has been a long one. Today we've done, how many Ks now?
Too many.
About 500? Yeah, we're about the 500k mark now. It's been a long day, but the stuff we have seen, the landscape, the roads, it is incredible. I promise you, around the Ladysmith area, I have never seen roads so smooth.
Some
never.
of the passes were just unbelievable.
The roads, exactly, the roads are perfect.
Yeah,
The
not a
corners,
single pothole.
no
Not a single
bumps,
pothole.
no rough road, no nothing. It is perfect. I mean, the Bugatti and the SVJ and the other fancy boys must be having the best time. So there we have it. Day 3, day 2,
Done and dusted.
done and dusted. It's day 2 of the rally, day 3 of the event. But today was a hectic one. It was incredibly long, but I think we smashed it.
Yeah.
I think we're both tired at this point, but we're heading to our dinner tonight at Franschhoek. I would show you, but it's clearly too dark to do so we'll do that tomorrow morning. But tonight's going to be an auction, so I'm expecting to see some big money put down, but we're looking forward to it. We are starving,
Yeah.
so we'll catch you in there.
Ferrari, Hot Wheels, I explained. Now, 29 for Johnson. 30,
Good morning from day 4. We were wanting to catch up with you guys last night, but yeah, we're just so exhausted. But last night was the auction, and they sold a few cool things. They sold the first ever Cape 1000 invites. There were only 3, but one was up for auction. They also sold a signed Hot Wheels race car of a Ferrari. That sold for 60,000? Yeah, 60,000 Rand, which is impressive. It all goes to a good cause, which is awesome. And the last item up for on the auction was a picture of the silo from last year. Very sentimental for the guys who were there last year. But yeah, we leave Fan Court today. We are heading to Franschhoek. It's a little bit of a shorter drive today. It's 440 kilometers. We're looking forward to every second of it. It should be reasonably cool today, which will be nice. I think Sarah got a little sun-kissed yesterday. But we'll keep you updated as the day goes. We're excited to get it going. We're looking forward to it.
The penultimate day of the race sees us heading back in the direction we came. From George, we make our way up over the Outeniqua Pass towards Oudtshoorn. We pass through Ladysmith, Montague, over the Cogmanskloof Pass, and finally the Franschhoek Pass. The Franschhoek Hotel and Spa is our resting point this evening, but there's a lot of ground to cover between here and there. Let's hit it. We have just stopped at Rietvlei Wine Cellar to do some wine tasting, and I'm currently sitting in a parking lot full of some very good looking vehicles. It is very hot and we are still very enthusiastic about the rest of the day and the rest of the trip. So far it's just been such an incredible experience, something which I think we'll remember for a very, very long time. Hopefully we can do it again. There goes the Lambo, one of the Lambos. They have been making noise all day, but yeah, very cool. But it's been so real and genuine being in a convertible 1957 MGA Roadster. It's just one of the coolest little cars, and I feel like we've got a much richer experience in terms of just the car that we're in. It's just been so classic and so smooth and awesome.
So we are currently filling out our regularity stage forms. This is basically what we have to fill out after every day. Once we've finished each stage, just filling in each time which we had to record along the way. So Sarah's currently just looking at the different times, and we just kind of wanted to show you as to what you actually do on the rally. So yeah, you just have to match the standard control sector with the time you recorded, and yeah, you got to get it as close to what the allocated time is. Closest gets the least points, which end up winning. But whilst we're at it, I just wanted to introduce you to one of my favorite views, the Franschhoek Pass. It is spectacular. It doesn't get much better, especially with the Murcielago in the back, and it is just spectacular.
And so we made it in one piece to Franschhoek, one of, if not the most beautiful town in South Africa. The roads were incredible, the car managed to keep it together, and we had the most spectacular day of driving we've ever enjoyed. Now it's time to head off to dinner in town, where we'll be doing something called the Franschhoek Fine Dining Experience. This neck of the woods is known for having a bunch of really good restaurants all within walking distance of each other. So the race organizers decided we should try them all. We'll be having starters at restaurant number 1, mains at restaurant number 2, and ending off at restaurant number 3 with dessert. Looking forward to it.
After 72 hours of pure driving experience, we have finally made it to the fourth and final day of the 2023 Cape 1000. Our final destination for the race is the Silo Hotel back at the waterfront, a trip that would usually take 45 minutes from Franschhoek, but what would be fun in that? We have discovered over the past 3 days the scenic route is always the best.
From Franschhoek, we cross over to Kloof Pass, which is not for the faint-hearted or those afraid of heights. Then we take in one of the most anticipated segments of the race, the recently reopened and upgraded Kloof Pass.
From there, we head to the West Coast Road before stopping at Killarney Raceway for some high-octane fun on the track. Finally, our convoy will drive in procession to the silo, and the end of one of the most incredible experiences of our lives. And we are finally at our last regulation stage. We are taking another chill because it was, it wasn't sounding too lacquer as we approached, so we're just waiting for a couple minutes for the motor to cool down again, and then we'll head off. Look, that's the thing about these classic car events, is when you're driving 1,600 kilometers with classics, cars are bound to not finish. But what that does mean is that you get late entries, like this stunning Ferrari over here, boom, and it's just joined us for the day, and I must say it is absolutely gorgeous. Out of all the cars here, that's probably the one I would take home. But the Lambos are about to leave, so we should probably get on the road again, and next stop, Killarney Racetrack.
We are currently on our way to the V&A. We're heading to the silos. I think it's going to be such a good end to this incredible trip. Yeah, cool. So much to digest, so much to talk about, so much to just, so many memories made. Sorry, I'm not losing my words here. But yeah, just super keen to see what the finish brings, and
Hopefully the rain will hold out, but I wouldn't be surprised if we start in the rain and finish in the rain. But what a special time. We only did a few laps in this thing. We do want to make it to the finish, but what a time.
Yeah man, those Lambos were hauling out there. Like it was crazy. We got so many cool videos, and just such a full week. We've met some really awesome people, and how cool to end it at Killarney Racetrack. So yeah.
It's been special.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 1000. You just made it. The best race in Africa.
We've made it. The 1,000 miles have been covered, and we still love each other. Our Top Gear car is still running, barely, but we've made it. We've finally finished at the silo here at the V&A, which was the starting point and the finishing point of this year's Cape 1000 and last year's Cape 1000. And it's been quite a journey. It's had its ups and downs. I'm surprised it actually made it. We had a lot of issues with the spark plugs yesterday, so we nursed it home the last 240 kilometers today. And it's really been an incredible experience. I mean, for me, the roads we drove were just spectacular.
Absolutely
I've driven in
beautiful.
Cape Town
Yeah.
more than a couple times, and I didn't even know half these roads existed. Like, oh, it was just spectacular. So what was one of your highlights this trip then?
Definitely Baines Pass. It was just absolutely spectacular. We drove through quite a few passes, but there was just truly nothing that matched Baines Pass. It was just full of perfectly paved roads. And I know we had to take it slow and the corners were a little bit sketchy, but the MGA really, really did so well. Yeah, that was definitely one of my highlights. And yours?
Look, Bain Pass was incredible,
Yeah.
as I said earlier on, but just the sheer number of passes.
Yeah.
You know, every time you see that little thing in the book and you're like, oh, we're entering a pass now, you get kind of giddy.
Yeah.
Because you don't really know what to expect. And it's exciting in a little car like this. You don't have to go fast to push it. I mean, the back end will kick out on you at 50 k's an hour if you're not careful. And I guess that's what makes this kind of trip so exciting when you're driving a classic. Like, yes, it's fun to drive in supercars, and like that Bentley Continental GT, I have no doubt that that car was just incredible to be in, but it's simple. You get in it, you start it up, it will start up and it will go. But in a classic, there's a lot more to it.
Yeah.
You're sitting there with your fingers crossed, checking, making sure your car starts up every morning. And that's what makes it exciting when you're driving a classic. There's so much more to think about. You don't have to go fast, but you're still driving on the edge. But
I definitely think, sorry, I have to interrupt you there, just on the whole classics. I think the way to do the Cape 1000 is in a classic. I haven't experienced it in a sports car, and I know you don't have your creature comforts in your classics, but man, it made for quite an experience.
Yeah.
It was epic.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
364 more seats, and then we're back.
So some of my highlights though, we weren't going the fastest. I mean, our car could only really top out at 120, but what that allowed us to do was experience some of these cars from the outside.
Absolutely.
So, like, for example, yesterday, the Lamborghini guys, they're a group of really awesome gents. They've got a little bit of flack on this trip because they have caused a little bit of nonsense when it comes to making noise and kicking up stone chips, which they can't really avoid, to be honest. But just seeing those cars come past at unbelievable speeds, the noise, just the shockwave that comes with it, it was just amazing. And you see them coming in your rear view mirror, and you get this like childishness, you get this excitement that it's just so thrilling. And
I definitely get that when I see the Diablo. It's just such a classic. It's just absolutely beautiful.
yeah. And
One of
I
my
must say, the
favorites.
one thing which I was most impressed with is the camaraderie of the event.
Yes, absolutely.
Everybody is excited to see each other succeed. And yeah, it's so friendly.
There's truly nothing like it. I think
No, there
this
isn't.
will go down as one of the best weeks of my life.
It's just, I'm actually quite surprised that we're here. I mean, we love Cape Town. We've been so thrilled to just, I mean, we've been waiting for this for months.
Absolutely.
We've been looking forward to this for months. And and it's over. I mean, I've
very
never had,
sad. I'm
I've
so
never
sad.
had 1,600 kilometers go so fast.
One of the best weeks of my life, through and through.
Thank you so much for joining us on this Top Gear adventure. And I want to say a big thank you to Cape 1000 for inviting us here. It's been such an incredible time, and we really have had such a treat with this awesome event.
Absolutely one of the best experiences of my life. And with that, we're off to dinner.